Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm here with yet another book haul. Sorry, I almost said book review. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. This is the last bunch of books, and it's a hefty bunch. So, yeah, we may be here for a while. So, I'm not really sure where to start. So these are the remainder of the books that I got from when my local book hunt had closed back in December. So, yeah, I finally got down to it. So, I'm not really sure where to start. There is a tiny amount of horror, there's Gothic, there's also something in here which I thought was kind of a unique little treat that I saw, did a double take, and grabbed it. So, let's go ahead and start with that one. So this one is a bit of adventure. It's not Gothic, it's not horror. It's an adventure book, and it's a vintage book. Well, most of these are vintage books. This is, I used to watch this show a long time ago, and I haven't finished it. I have the complete series on DVD, but this is one of the Man from U.N.C.L.E. books, The Affair of the Gunrunner's Gold. So, I thought that was a really cool find. It's not in the best of condition, but I thought that was just awesome. So, it even says authorized edition down here. Were there unauthorized editions? I'm not really sure. Or maybe they just put it on there just in case there was any pretenders. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've never seen any of these out and about before, so I grabbed it instantly. Yeah, it's a little... I don't know if I can figure out how to do some repairs with this or not, so I don't know. But I thought that was really cool, so it was like I had to get it, so I'll show it one more time. That was just awesome. Okay, so, let's start with this front bit here. So, okay. So, this one is another zebra Gothic. This might be my last zebra, actually. No, I think I have at least one more. Alright, so this is my second to last zebra. This is The Shrieking Shadows of Penporth Island by Sarita Stevens. So this is not the best condition, but this one looks like an older one, so I would assume this one's from the 80s. You get a little bit better picture of her on the back. So yeah, let's see. I promise I won't go through the dates of all these. 1984, so yeah, this one's from the 80s. I thought it had the 80s look to it. It doesn't look like the 90s ones at all, but we have a nice view of the house in the background and the cliffs and stuff. It makes me think a little bit of Dark Shadows. Actually, the house almost slightly reminds me of the little model they built for the 90s Dark Shadows, actually. So, I don't know if it's very Dark Shadows-y or not, but... Ooh, on the back it says, the fate of her sister was all Victoria could think about as she journeyed to Penporth Island. So the main character's name is Victoria, and she's looking for her sister, so, Or she's investigating the death of her sister? I'm not really sure. Alright, we have a Florence Stevenson book, and I have at least one of those. This is A Shadow on the House. So, kind of interesting. There's a lily pond behind her before the house. Fame, fortune, romance, or terror in a mansion of doom. And the front says, would her golden moment of love be destroyed by an ancient family curse? An accident family curse. This next one is also by Florence Stevenson, but also by Patricia Hagen Murray? But this one's written by a duo. I think Florence Stevenson is actually a man. I don't know anything about Patricia Hagen Murray, though. And this is Bianca. This is actually one I've had my eye on and off for a long time, so I grabbed it, my last chance. So, on the back it says, the house was a heartbreaker. A ghost of a dark past or a certain peril, a drama of passion and suspense. And this one's a signet. Actually, the other one, the Shadow on the House, is also a signet book. All right, we have a Mary Stuart. I haven't gotten any Mary Stuarts for a long time, so this is Mary Stuart Rose Cottage. So makes me every time I would see this title, it always makes me think of Dark Shadows, because in Dark Shadows there's a house called Rose Cottage, and it's the mystery of Rose Cottage. They're trying to figure out, you know, later on during the Gerard Stiles and Daphne Harris storyline toward the ending of the series. So I swear I'm not going to make a bunch of Dark Shadows references. I know, I've made two. Alright, now this one is one I already have, but I don't have this cover, and this is actually the original Gothic cover for it, and this book is in really, really good condition, too. So I already have this book, but this was the first Phyllis A. Whitney book that was marketed as a Gothic, and it had already been published in hardback before this point. So when Ace was starting their line, they featured one of Phyllis A. Whitney's books, and so this is the Quicksilver Pool. Like I said, I already have this book in a different cover, so this will be my collector's copy, and I will use the other as my reading copy. So, but yeah, I love that. So it was so cool when I saw it. I didn't ever remember seeing that copy before, so I snagged it. I'm like, I gotta get it. It's like, I know I already have it, but that's fine. So yeah, had to have it. They don't have Gothic mentioned on here though, but still. Alright, this one I think is a horror book. I think this is also YA. It's a vampire book. It's called Thirsty by M.T. Anderson. A bloody cut above the usual fare. Publishers Weekly. Oh, maybe it's middle grade, because it says age 12 and up on the back. I don't know anything about this book. It has a really quick little synopsis at the back, though. It says, all Chris really wants is to be a normal kid, to hang out with his friends, avoid his parents, and get a date with Rebecca Schwartz. Unfortunately, Chris appears to be turning into a vampire. That is the entire synopsis on the back, because the rest is just like quotes from reviews and stuff. So, interesting little premise. I will see when this came out, because I'm kind of curious. 1997. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to remember this for Vamptember. And here's a Chime Gothic. I don't know if I have any Chime Gothics, but this is The Mystery of Aloha House. So, by Lee Roddy. So I kind of wonder if maybe we're going, there's a dang sticker on it. I kind of wonder if this takes place in Hawaii then. I'm not seeing anything mentioning Hawaii on the back. Huh. This is interesting. Chime Books, novels of romance, mystery, and suspense, steeped in Christian faith, hope, and love. Exciting reading for the discriminating woman. Interesting. So I guess you could consider this to be inspirational. I think that's what they're called, inspirational fiction. Which I have another Gothic that's like that, that's much more modern than this. I will see the year on this one. Because I'm going to guess... Oh, not what I would have guessed. I was going to guess like 70s, 60s. This is 1981. First edition, February 1981. Huh. Wait, earlier than I thought. That's interesting. Alright, now we have another Dorothy Daniels book, and this is called The Summer House. I think I have another Dorothy Daniels that looks similar, that has the red cover. This is from Warner Books, as in Warner Brothers. Amy came to play a solo piano concert, but death joined in with chords of terror. It's kind of different, though. Whoever that mysterious person is with the candle behind her. Oh, and the piano, the keys and the piano music are covered in blood. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's just really sinister. Huh. Interesting. Alright, we have The 14 Steps by Theodora Dubois. The chilling story of a young woman driven to the verge of madness. This is kind of an interesting looking cover. It is that traditional, but I don't know, something about it's just a little different. This is from LB Books, and even says Gothic on the side there, on the spine. Sounds of Madness is what it says on the back. I'm not familiar with that author either. Alright, this one is not... It kind of makes you think of a zebra Gothic, but it's not. It's Darkness at Fairwinds by Charlotte Douglas. The house is kind of interesting looking, and I'm not really sure what this company is. It's a diamond with a C and like a smaller diamond in the middle of the C. I'm not really sure what that is. Fair winds, foul deeds, is what it says on the back before the synopsis. This one takes place in Florida. This one is published in 1993, so at that same time, it's... I'm trying to find the exact... What is the... Book Margins Inc., a BMI edition, published by special arrangement with Dorchester Publishing Company, Incorporated. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm unfamiliar with it. But it does make you think of the Zebra Gothics of the 90s, and it came out around that same time. Alright, this is The Leave Taking by Anna Gilbert. Something a little different. It's a Dell Gothic. Or if this is a republication one. So I'm going to put stickers on the inside cover. $1979, and this edition is from 1990, so I wonder why there was a surge of republishing Gothics in the early 90s. Maybe that was they were trying to rush to try and save the Empire before it ultimately collapsed. Alright, this one is a queen-size Gothic. I don't find these very often, but when I saw it, I had to grab it. It's from Popular Library. I was going to call it Pyramid, sorry. So it's a Popular Library Gothic. It's called Appointment in Verona by Mary Ann Taylor. She was pursued by faceless evil in a land where even love could be a devilish lure. I think I've seen a cover very similar, but not quite the same, with a woman standing in a courtyard. I think I showed one not that long ago, a while back. I guess it'd be a while back now, because I don't know when this video is coming out. So, yeah. Alright, and this one might be my last zebra. Yeah, I think this is. Okay, this is my last zebra book. So this one I think is from the 90s, maybe it's even late 80s, but it is The Swirling Mists of Cornwall by Patricia Werner. And it says, would she find love or terror in, and then the title. On the back it says, whatever you do, my girl, don't go to Rygwith. he begged. I'm assuming that's right with. And this one came out in 1990, so yeah, toward the ending. She kind of makes me think of Lynn Anthony, who played Angelique in the 1990s Dark Shadows. I swear, I'm not going to do a bunch of Dark Shadows references here. Okay, here we are. We have a Ravenswood Gothic. I think this is the last one of these. I love picking these up too. So this is The Lonely Terror by Sienna Mayfield. And it says, stalked by a murderous ghost. It's a really clean looking cover too, and pretty good condition. So this is from Pocketbooks. I kind of wonder when I'm, if I should put all my Ravenswood Gothics together. On the back it says, Vengeance from Beyond the Grave. So, interesting. Alright, here's a horror book. So this one's not Gothic. This is another Dead Time storybook, and is The Beast of Baskerville. So, makes me think of The Hound of the Baskervilles. Beware of this wishing well. So all the Dead Time stories are by A.G. Cascone, which I think is a sister duo? I think. I'm not sure. On the back it says, legends aren't always a lie. So I saw that, had to grab it. It looked interesting. It had Baskerville, so I'm like, why not? So, I'm not sure where to put this. Put it right there. Okay. Alright, next up we have a Virginia Kaufman. I have another one of hers. And it'll be another book from now. The House on the Moat. It says, she was lovely, young, alone in the world, and what she thought would be a haven turned into a mansion of terror. And it says on the back, Abode of Evil. So, there's the picture. Not overly exciting cover, but it does have a little bit of atmosphere to it. Alright, this one I think is my last Dorothy Daniels. And it's another one where Dorothy Daniels is big on the cover and the title is a lot smaller, but I think it's easier to pick out the title than the last one I have like this. This is This Ancient Evil by Dorothy Daniels. A medieval Indian curse hung darkly over Verna Ward and posed a sinister threat to her new life and love. It's another Easy Eye. I think, yeah, this is a Lancer. This is not, it's hard to see. So if there's a buzzing, I apologize for me turning this down. It's not a Magnum, but Magnum, I wonder if Magnum and Lancer were in cahoots somehow. Maybe not. Oh, I'll fall if I do that. Alright, we have our last Virginia Kaufman book, and this is Black Heather. Which should she heed? The legends of ghostly terror or the longings of her own heart? Similar to the other cover in its setup, but a different picture. I like this picture a little bit better. On the back it says House of Vengeance. Alright, now, I have some other books by this author. I have her vampire series. This is a werewolf one by her, and so this is a paranormal romance, but it is a Gothic. And this is The Bride of Time by Dawn Thompson. So, this one is a werewolf book. It mentions it in the description, because I did skim through it quite a while back. It's actually been on my wish list for like over a year. Maybe even 2 years. No, I think it's been almost 2 years. By now it's been over that point, but... And on the back, you can see a wolf right there. So, there's a wolf on the cover, it's just on the back. Alright, this one was one that was actually marked as out of print. I'm sure a lot of these books are actually out of print, though. And this is Bride of a Stranger by Jennifer Blake, who is also Patricia Maxwell, so writes under different names. It says, she married an outsider and left her New Orleans home for a strange new world of secrets, deception, and murder. So. I think I was intrigued because it was out of print. And these were not over with the Gothic romances. They were kind of in an odd spot. This one and the next one I'm about to grab. Yeah, let's see, when was this published? 1974, and this is from 1989, this edition, so. Alright, here's the other one that was over there in the same place, and this one is a faucet. I don't remember what... Okay, they're both faucet, and they're called Romantic Suspense, which, I mean, Gothic romance usually is romantic suspense, but not all romantic suspense is Gothic. And this one is called Love Bade Me Welcome by Joan Smith. She stood to inherit a fortune, but it was really a dangerous legacy. So instead of the house in the background with the light on, we have a windmill with the light on in the background. So that's a little bit different. On the back it says, she was a stranger in a strange house where there was no one she could trust. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, Alright, so these next three are all, I think I have them in order of number, yes. Yeah, okay. So these are all Harlequin intrigue, but they're part of the Eclipse line, which the Eclipse line was Gothic romance. So this was after the 80s one, so these are like, let me check the date of this one. These are sometime in the early 2000s. Yeah, 2004. And I have some other ones from this too. And there's also a short little miniseries called Mariah's Landing, which I have shared before, which are listed as modern Gothic. So, but this is Midnight Island Sanctuary by Susan Peterson. Not an overly Gothic cover, but, you know, if they bear Eclipse, they're Gothic. So on the back it says, Shadows and Secrets. So, takes place on a place called Midnight Island, like it says in the cover. Ooh, there's a psychotic killer. Interesting. I know, obviously, it takes place on a place called Midnight Island, but also it could have just been the title and not the actual location. That does happen. Alright, this one is also from Eclipse, and the other one will be too, and it is Mystique by Charlotte Douglas. Ooh, didn't we just have a Charlotte Douglas? Yeah, that one Gothic that looked like it was, here, I'll pull it back up. The one that looked like a zebra. Well, unfortunately, those are not going to go in the same place, because all my Harlequin Gothics all go together. Well, anyway, so here's this one. Well, a little more Gothic-y. This one's a large print edition. You have a lot of mist. On the back it says Man of Mystery. We have a desperate to learn the truth behind her sister's disappearance, Trish Devlin changes her name and went undercover as an exclusive Endless Sky resort at the exclusive Endless Sky Resort. So this takes place at a resort. Interesting that the character's name is Devlin. So Dark Shadow's reference for me personally. So, but disappearance of a sister, that's a common Gothic plotline. Alright, and the last one of the Harlequin Gothics that I have here, and this is Return to Stony Ridge by Danny Sinclair. That name sounds familiar. I wonder if I have another book by that author, but we have a dove by the mysterious staircase. That actually kind of makes me think of the music video for Total Eclipse of the Heart with the dove flying through there and stuff. On the back it says, A Child in Jeopardy. So this one has a private investigator. Alright, we only have 2 more books here. This one's kind of a thick one. It's a Lancer, but it's easy eyes, so the print's kind of big, so it would probably be a shorter book if it weren't for that. And this one is called A Dark and Deadly Love by Elaine Evans. Trapped in a house of madness, Charlotte must ransom her love with her life. This is kind of an interesting cover. I'm not really sure what to make of that. It's something a little different, that's for sure. Huh. $1972. Alright, now I have one more book. This is not part of the books that came from my local book hunt that closed in December. This is actually a book that I've had for quite a long time. I'm thinking maybe 2 years. I'm not sure. But it is a Phantom of the Opera book. So this is The Phantom of Paris by Gwyneth M. Velu. So this is a Phantom of the Opera sequel. It would be Phantom of the Opera pastiche. So, yeah, I think I've even looked into this, and this is her only book, too. So, I've seen some mixed reviews on it, but I got it at a flea market. Actually, the same place where I've got The House of a Thousand Lancers by Victoria Holt that I read back during the Gothic Criterion Challenge. It came from the same place, but much earlier. So, I actually got a couple Phantom sequels from that booth. One of them down here on my book cart, called The Journey of the Mask. So, this one's another sequel, so I hope to check it out. I have a few different Phantom of the Opera pastiche sequels, so. Ooh. Never mind. So anyway, that's what I've got for you today. So yeah, I don't know when this is going up, but whatever's going on, I hope you're all having a wonderful time, staying safe, and reading some awesome stuff. So until next time, stay safe, stay spooky, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.